Hello. How we doing today? Gonna, oh dear. Well, I should have audio. We'll go with that. Hi. Mm. I have a Magnus the Red to build still. So we're gonna do that. Hello. My name is Josh. This is my current setup in my basement. There will probably be a green screen here eventually, but this is all very, very new. Actually, I'm gonna move the Golden Girls mug full of bits that holds my camera, and we're gonna get a better angle on what I'm doing here. So, right, what is this project? This project is me continuing to build my Magnus the Red for my Thousand Suns. I have last time I fumigated myself basically in this basement, spraying the man. That's the source of the pink sprues that you see here. Today, don't feel the need to do that. So we're gonna be doing some assembly. This is a seltzer. Oh, all right. Let's get going. So where we left off, I was assembling this wing that you see here. I'm gonna actually turn on the miniatures light so you can actually see potentially see some of the detail, though that seems to wash out everything. But oh, I just need to bring it closer. I'm quite a fan of this armor piece here on the wing. So let's get to doing the second one. Put this off screen here. Let's do another wing. So we have pieces 78, 20, and 21, which are here, here, and here. And my goal for this is to document my whole process. Um, so I can show it to friends, share with people what I'm doing, things of this nature. My life is a little chaotic right now. Um, but the crafting aspect of playing Warhammer has been very good for me. So I appreciate being able to share it. My friend and roommate has just recently started on her Adeptus Sororitas, um, and primed her first batch of Battle Sisters over the weekend. Started painting yesterday, and she is already quite good at it. So, um, basically, I do this in hopes that I don't know, maybe she'll watch it and have a laugh someday. Um, and also to just like share what I'm doing. I mean, I imagine what people come onto these things for is to just kind of like hang out, I guess. Um, Last time it felt like I was dying in a glue trap because it was just so hot. Not so this time. It's a much better climate for what I'm doing here. So I, in my process, use a mix of plastic glue and super glue. The plastic glue I found has very good hold overall. Um, Less worried about the fumes this time because things are much better ventilated and I can actually crack a window if I need to. I may do that shortly. Generally, it's for pieces that I know aren't going to get jostled all that much. It's something flaked. Intriguing behavior. Usually that only happens when things are super dry. Oh, yes. Then we're going to have a homie that goes here, which actually, we should probably do that one first. I also injured myself this morning as I was cutting a bagel. So, hmm, how does this go on? Eh, like this, I guess. Yeah, like that. And then we slap this piece over. It locks in place. This wing is a bit less straight out than this one is, as you can see. It's a clear curve in this one, where this one's a bit more flat, um, which I think is delightful. I'm going to let this wing set before we glue any armor onto it. Worried about where to put this. I also don't want it hanging out, like sagging or anything. So I may hold it like this for a minute. How are you doing? One thing that I missed last time is on the Magnus torso. We need the part that joins to the neck. If you can hear footsteps from upstairs, that is my roommate, who is currently cooking. I cooked yesterday, he cooks today. Cut out this armor piece while I'm at it. Now, this piece has to set in here, and I have to clean up a bunch of pieces of sprue. Thankfully, my snips here are still rather sharp. They can take care of these things. I will say, I am probably going to look forward to this project, purely because there's a bit of a documentarian in me who enjoys like showing process and showing my work. Oh, it kind of just snapped into place there. That's nice. So now we can just kind of apply glue. We'll apply glue. I only really want to do this at the back of the neck because I don't want to deform any other place in here. Well, this is where his trapezius would be. Um, because this chunk, this portion is actually the neck. I may have to do a bit of sprue goo, which I have sprue left over with which to turn into the goo. Because unless I can fill this with paint, there are some noticeable lines on this model. And part of that's me, part of that's my process, but part of that may also just be GW. Hold the torsion. Torse can go here. It was already pretty set in. Next, there's one other thing that I think we needed to do first. That was, yes, we need to pick a head for Mags here. So let's do that. go to my sprue over here, and we have a couple of choices. One of them is masked with horns, and I think I want that option, purely because there's already plenty of skin on Magnus, so I don't, and with my methods, I may end up losing detail on the face if I go a little too ham. So, and I like the concept of Magnus's silver mask for this. Then, so I'll bring my instructions over here so you all can see my process. I look very much forward to the basing process because I imagine my basing situation is well, going to be pretty humorous to watch. Go to our headpiece here. And we take item 40. Ooh, how does this go on? Strange and bizarre behavior at the studio today. It seems like it wants to act like that, but it's a little confusing. There's also, oh, horns. We gotta put horns on first. Well, let's do horns. We need pieces 36 and 37. You see? Gotcha. And these I have to put into something, so. Hmm. Okay, yeah, and they should go like this. So move my mug over here. Wild. I did look at a bunch of like paint inspirations for Magnus the Red, and there's a lot of very well painted Magnuses out there. Um, however, they're not they're all very box Magnus, which is good looking. However, I'm curious how what else we can do to this. Really just kind of mess with it. Okay. I think that's how it goes in. Yep. So this is where I actually this makes it fixable as opposed to something else. Well, fixable. Nick of Quarterstaff, if you're watching, look away. Let's let that one set. Let's do some wing armor. Oh, first, let's clean up a wing. So it's symmetrical with the other one. So this piece goes on here and has a bit that, ooh, um, found it, that attaches on the back side. So number 57. Hmm. Am I missing a bit? I hope not. If so, I have number 60. Did something get popped out by accident? If so, honks. Nine. 57 is missing. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna set that aside. Then off screen I'll look. This wing still has further to set, so. We have 61. Yes, we do. Oh, that's wild. Why are things mismatched? In any case, um, we have an arm to do. This is a very cool piece, in my opinion. So we have his glaive here. It's very long and spindly glaive. That will just be so satisfying to dry brush. Look at that. We have an arm to build. And this is an arm that will go on later. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to base coat the man and just then assemble him. I could give him a sword, but I don't want to. I want the staff. We need pieces. We either do piece 29, which is this sword here, which will be a lovely bit to put onto a different model. Or we need piece 26, which we cut out, and then pieces 28 and 27. Okay, so these bits, we have a bit of excess sprue here. We're just going to chop that off as I try not to cut myself again. We have excess sprue here. They all will form together like that. So first, I think we glue together our orb. Then on the glaive, somewhere along the glaive, it'll grip on, like so. So we're gonna assemble this first. Gonna bust out the secret technique of shaving. Usually use a blade, but I don't have one handy right now. Lovely. All right. Gonna let that set. Let's return to the head. We'll do the other horn. I think there's a piece I didn't put on. Yes. We need 35. This is a part of a neck or a face. At that point, I was succumbing to fumes, so I was working a little faster than I should have. But there were no mistakes made. Oh, that's an ear. Where do you go? Ah, I have found it. It goes here. And that makes that make a lot more sense. So, oh, it actually kind of snapped in already. So I'm just going to touch this with a bit of the plastic glue. That will seal that piece together. I do need that zone to kind of melt together and form a clean seam. So we'll let that set. The face is not needed until like the very end. So we will keep going. We have an arm to build. That together there. So my plans for this channel are as follows. Like this project, I'm probably going to finish up like the sub assembly, um, ideally today, and then next week we'll get to base coating. Um, I'm gonna be like radically honest here. I'm looking for a new job, so it's gonna take me a bit of time to figure that out, but like streaming gives my life schedule, uh, and allows me and is something I enjoy doing. So, like, I mean, I just get to stand in a basement and monologue while I assemble a Magnus. Like, this ain't hard. Though now more than ever, subs and follows are greatly appreciated. I'm at 109 follows, I believe. So if you're watching this, now we're on YouTube. Please press the follow button. Makes all the difference for me. And well, in September, things will be happening. I may actually like have a plan and set goals for that. Um, but what's going to be coming up is more of this on Mondays, and Pacific Drive on Thursdays at least, potentially more often even than that, because I'm fascinated by it. So I look forward to doing more of it more often. When I was previously like unemployed, I did a lot of Destiny streams, and I was able to get through our good friend Outer Wilds pretty quickly as well. I like the one feather on it. That's a nice touch. Glue, 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 glue. Go. And Magnus has a lot of fascinating, like, striations and muscularity on him. With Thousand Suns, you don't really get a whole lot of organic shapes, especially humanoid organic shapes. Because like I've got the Mutilated Vortex Beast, but that's uh that's nothing. Hmm. I'll figure out how to crack that window later. Hmm. So, we've assembled an arm. Oh, spider webs, spider webs, spider webs. Arm will set. This wants me to sub-assemble the torso, the legs, which I think I will do. Purely because not a whole lot of detail is going to be lost. Also, there are various of pieces that go. Oh, thank goodness the tail is hidden. Um, I think we want to get everything to. There are various bits that I'm going to put on later after at least base coating them. Um, and a this chest piece I'm fascinated by. Um, I'm curious about why they're covering up Magnus's luscious chesticles like this. I like the lower half. I like the lower half a lot. And his leg armor is incredible. However, well, so let's do some legs. We'll also attach the orb today. So I'm gonna read ahead a little bit. I'm not attaching arms yet. I'm not attaching wings yet because the wings I want to take off and handle by hand. Because when I'm brushing them, I can see them wiggling. Um, so what I'm going to do is it'll likely be legs and torso that I paint separately. I'll do the head separately in hand as well. Purely because I want to be able to manipulate it because there's a lot of fine detail on the hair. Uh, And the arm with the staff, I want to be able to handle like this. So I'm going to do that. Likely detail the blade before I even attach it on. Um, like base coat the arm. Um, the other arm is where I'm likely going to do a test of what I think the skin tone is going to be. There's a lot of pieces. Like there's also some detailing in here. That I'm going to turn on the light so you might be able to actually see it a little bit better. There's some fine detailing in here where there's recesses. I'm particularly intrigued by that. Legs. I am examining how he goes together. The answer is not very well. Did I make a mistake? I don't think so. Fortunately, these zones are all going to be covered by other armor. Thank God. Huh. Let's take a step back here. Hmm. Okay. This light goes on first. Ooh, no going back from here. We'll be fine. Surely not. Surely I didn't just completely lose my place. Ah, there we go. We press in, we press and hold, we press and hold, and we press and hold. Because these joints need to actually go on correct. And like some of my minis assembly is a little half-assy. If I pull it out, I can show you where I made a bunch of mistakes on a Mutilith Vortex Beast. Um, wow. Magnus is not as tall as I thought he would be, though I imagine the model is huge on account of the wings, which I look forward to painting a lot. And I may actually, once I get the armor on, I may actually begin base coating those. Not tonight, of course, but soon. Those will probably be the first thing because I have ideas. Um, One of the reasons why I primed all of this in pink, one because I think it's funny, and two because Magnus's skin is of course going to likely end up being red, then layered with magenta. I'm going to allow me to. I can give you a visual aid. Oh no! You look here, this is my Mutalith Vortex Beast. I have to find the head of my Zongor Shaman later. Um, this is my Mutalith Vortex Beast. As you can see, the skin is like a pink layered with magenta. So I'm going to do this magenta on top of a red. Um, and if I get really close, you can see how it's shiny. I look to keep that effect, as well as a glitter effect that I create via mixing a glow-in-the-dark glitter with the Vallejo magenta, fluorescent magenta paint that I use. Let's affix this orb to the staff. It's wild how exactly it goes on. Like that's basically exactly how they indicated in the diagram. I'll just let you look at it. So this I will set aside because we are done with this for now. I don't know what color that orb is going to be, but I imagine it will be some sort of blue and purple and sparkly with likely a sky blue flame. We'll see. We'll see. Because the main body is going to be red, so I want things. Oh, a green flame could be interesting. Want a lot of things to like be contrasting with that. This is a model that I hope to enter into painting competitions, which if they happen regularly at my LGS, well, the bigger like uh, Creator mod not Creators, Primarch models tend to do very well in those. Um, that Mutalith is actually one of the things I entered, as is this Zongor Shaman on disc. Um, I was at a narrative event on Saturday, which was a lot of fun. My first one ever. I was playing Thousand Suns, and got to throw doom bolts for most of the game, which is always fun and exciting to do. And with Magnus, eventually added to my army, I look forward to being able to do that even more better. I'm glad that he has armor. Because if he didn't, I would have to be very, very careful about how I assemble this whole thing. And we hold, 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 and we hold. Stepping aside for the moment. I'm just gonna check in. Oh. 100 hours, 100 years, you can always find me. I think I should probably play music during this too. I remember I played royalty-free music back when I streamed. Oh, Magic the Gathering. That was so long ago now. I'm gonna angle this away from the light. Whew. This is reflective. Huh. Oh, it's the light. Oh my goodness. Well, carrying on. Let's check in on our head here. There we go. That's that's set. Let's put in another horn, then do the faceplate, and be done with that piece. Rotating it so I can like actually appreciate it. Keep that hold in place. Huh. Oh, not bad. Hmm. And this arm, once I figure out the skin, is going to be where I figure out the skin tone and the feathers, because we've got skin, we've got feathers, we've got Zinchian nonsense on here. Turning this off so you can actually like see closer details. The feathers are all going to be super fun to dry brush. I look forward to this model. I'm gonna be logging a lot of time on it. Uh, but should be fun. 700 years, you can only find me here. We have assembled the man. He has legs. Piece 47. Right here, I think. 47. I am debating if I want to put all that armor on Magnus or if I just want to have him be shirtless. Because I would get to do a lot more skin texture stuff on him that way. Although, I think 100 hours, 100 years, can always find me here. That's nice. Love that. I'll just dab a little glue on those. If you just saw that leg sag, indeed. So yeah, we've become we're flowing right now. So this has to set fully. So we may have to do armor another time. Oh, Magnus's large chest piece with the nipple horns. Now let's gonna set him like that. So gravity can do some work for me. Face piece goes in like that. I will lock the horns in place behind it. What am I doing on time? It's been 45 minutes. A lot of progress in just 45 minutes. It feels like probably because I got a lot of progress in the first stream, which should be up, will be going up on YouTube soon, likely later today. We will see. Um, there we go. And that's the face of Magnus the Red. Magnus the Washed Out. Um, okay. So I am going to take a short break, and then I will be back. Hello, we're back. I just went upstairs shortly to greet the roommate and explain where I was at. Um, thinking about this, I don't think we need to do anything with the dong flap currently. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, my Twitch chat isn't big enough for me to read that. Magnus the Head. Yeah. Welcome. Oh, of course, my screen is so far away from me that I can't actually read what people are typing. It's going. Um, waiting on some stuff to set. At the at currently. Then it's dong flap time. Uh, gotta cover up Magnus's weird weird bulge. Actually, the flap is the loincloth isn't going to really get in the way of anything, so I might as well just do that now. It kind of just snaps in too. I'm not going to use a lot of glue there, but Oh wait, this is gonna take a million years to set. One moment, folks. Hello, we're back with Magnus the Head. Oh, well, that set on very easily. What next? Looking at this here, we have a bunch of we have two rear flaps to go on. Let's do that. Oh, there's detailing on these. Wild. Um, and woo. Let me actually look at this. Go on like that. I am planning on doing something a bit different, actually. Thank you for asking. I like Box Magnus quite a bit. However, my Thousand Suns, are which are not on camera currently, are they're not Box Thousand Suns. They are still blue though. So, short answer, I am going to be doing something a little bit different. What I'm planning on doing, he will still be red-ish. Um, what I'm planning on doing with him, at least his skin tone, is this is my Mutalith Vortex Beast. Um, as you can see here, I have this magenta going on, which looks lovely up close, with like glitter mixed into it. I plan on doing that with Magnus's skin. I'm still going to do a layer of red on him. Likely this of Vallejo like Vallejo's dark vermilion is probably going to be the color that I use. Uh, and then I will be doing because the fluorescent magenta color, it's a bit more like a contrast paint than a layer paint. Um, I'll say so it goes over things rather than covers them. So my goal is to have that because that's layered over a pink on him. Is to have Magnus's like skin be like a red with magenta and sparkles. Um, and that's what my goal is. Um, are they handy here? They are not. All of my rubrics are upstairs. Uh, Actually, no, all of my rubrics are at the bottom of a box. One moment, please. Here we go. So we have my rubrics. They're painted slightly differently. This is my rubric. This is one of my rubric sorcerers. Let me turn the light on him. So color scheme is oh that washes everything out. Uh, Color scheme is like a dark blue, silver. There are accents with this blue-green color, as well as any cloth is going to be a blue-green. I plan on having like any of the like cloth here on Magnus being a blue-green. And that's one of the sorcs. That's a rubric sorcerer. Then if we get to and let me read your message here. Uh Yeah, the rubrics are gorgeous models in my opinion. Especially and like to me, like Thousand Suns is an art project. I got into Thousand Suns actually after having read some of their lore. I read about Ahriman's rubric and said, "Yo, that's crazy though." Um, if you can actually see here on the back of this rubric, I have this pink pink dust that is coming out of it. I have that effect on all of my rubric models that aren't the sorcerers because they're actually they're actually just dust in their suits. Which is something, and I got into Thousand Suns in like when I moved out of the divinity school. Yeah, no, yes. So I got into Thousand Suns late 2022. And then, and this I so, and but that whole time I went without owning Magnus like a dummy. And then, in the space for the trailer for Space Marine 2, you can actually see a rubric get hacked apart with a chain sword, and it explodes into pink dust, to which I cheered. I cheered and howled because I was vindicated. Huh. I love the movement that you get on this. That's fun. This will be fun to paint. And I'm planning on doing that cloth in the blue-green color that you can see on the back of this one here. Um, which I initially thought I wouldn't like. Now I actually do. Like it quite a bit. The blue-green color is something blue-green is a color that I'm a fan of. And like the metals are going to be probably the same silver. Uh, but you got into you picked up rubrics thinking that they were cornate, eh? And they just have to have cornate models with guns. That's sucks, man. Right. We need. What do we need? We need. This is a piece. That's 62. Excuse me. Well, we need the breastplate for sure. So that's piece 50. 50. 51 is the eye here, which is going to be a lot of fun to paint. Oh, on account of the headpiece? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, their headdresses are crazy. I do know a guy who has like literally box rubrics, like box painted style rubrics, and he's a very, very good painter. He's a very precise painter, and they look fabulous. Um, and having seen them in person, I can see why people would like that blue and gold look. It is just not for me. Um, I'm fine with like I am a little bit more abstract impressionism. I'd say with my painting, like I have my not super precise. I plan on doing Magnus well, because it's a giant showpiece model. That will probably once I retire from if I retire from Warhammer, will sit on a shelf for many years. Um, okay. So I plan on getting a lot of use out of him. I mean, in Thousand Sons, you kind of have to. So, do you still play Thousand Sons now? Like, is it an army you use, or do you have the rubrics and are like, I can't stand these things? I'm just cutting this out, not thinking. One moment, please. Okay, I need 63. Oh, no, I need 62. Yeah. Though, if you're into corn, World Eaters is an army now. Like, it's just you have there's an army. A very good friend of mine actually plays World Eaters. So, what am I doing wrong and or bad here? Okay. Huh. Chaos Undivided, 1500 points, Crimson Slaughter Warband. I just painted them like. Oh, the red Thousand Suns. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. It is actually quite interesting to me that because like the 30K Thousand Suns is almost a complete palette swap from what we have in the 41st millennium. Who's got an Ankh? There's an Ankh on there. So it feels like it should go together like nya. Oh, no, it goes together like nya, and then there's a beak that I put down the middle. I think it's this one right here. It is. Okay. This right here. Beak! Yeah, in terms of like painting, I actually really love Chaos's whole vibe because you can really like you can kind of do whatever. You can also like you can just do so many interesting things with like the armies and how they're composed. Like CSM gets away with so much in terms of like how their armies can be set up, which is very cool to me. Um, More tighter than box. Yes. I need a larger font for this so I can actually read it. Yes, they should look old. Um, yeah. My my rubrics, at least the ones that aren't like still that are no longer the Smarties and are just well, dust in a can are a little less are much less shiny than how than my sorcerers are. Like I this was labor savings. Um that's fine. It's fine. Like I this Magnus is gonna be a long project and I appreciate having like people come and hang out. Um like please feel free to hang out. I do this every Monday. So once Magnus gets done, and maybe if I need to get inspiration to strike or need to take a break from doing Magnus stuff, I'll do other armies. I have GSC that still needs painting because, of course, GSC is never done. I glued myself to the plastic. And yes, if I had better eyes, this would be much less. Reading things would be much less of an issue for me. Oof. Hmm. Let's um, let's try something a little different. What if I set it flush first? Let that set. Then I'll attach the other one. You know, like the box tells me to. Okay. That's love. Okay. let's do a piece of the leg armor while I wait for that to dry. And we need 54 and 55. Got about 50 more minutes before I'm required elsewhere. Once I really get into the painting, who knows, the streams may get a bit longer. So, and also as things get cooler, it'll be easier for me to run longer streams. Cooped up in a basement right now. Gorgeous, gorgeous sculpt. GW can really get away with a lot on the larger sculpts. Like, and of course on Primarchs they're gonna go absolutely nuts, but yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the look. Okay, I have to dry brush all these beaks. Hmm. Yeah, this needs to set first. I'll figure it out, but I think I get it. Just 100 years, you can always find me here. I want the dagger on the butt. So, 100 eyes, 100 years. There, that one. That one, Your Honor. This bit, I am actually just going to cut out, leave not attached, because I'm going to paint this separately. Everything else. 100 hours, 100 years, you can always find me here. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just fighting with minis in general right now. So it appears that this goes like this over. But that is not the piece that wanted there. So, there we go. Yet it's not acting how I would like it to. So, I guess it just goes on like this. That's how that goes on. Hmm. Wings. The chest piece will have set. So now hmm, oh, goes on like that. No. Wait, what? Did I do this upside down? I did. Well, that's why we do that. That explains why it wasn't fitting. Oh God. The instructions are in front of me for this too. Ugh. Okay. Huh, okay. I know that the streamer tax is real, but I am paying it right now. Oh, okay. Good odds, 100 years. So it lies, the leg armor lies flush up against this. Oh, love. Love! Love that. So we're just gonna do jump a little on here. And press. Like gravity. Do the rest. Da. Lost attributes. Can always find me here. Alright. Now. Now we do the thing. Oof. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's the show. What else? 100 years. 100 hours. 100 hours. 100 years. You can always find me. Now,
how do you go on? Because there's an onk on there that seems to just be completely covered, which is a lot for me, but goes on like so. I need to let this set for real, or all of my dreams are going to fall apart. Okay. Second piece of leg armor. Second piece of leg armor. It's time for 53, 52. Cool. There you go. Second piece of leg armor. It's an offending chunk. I'm curious as to why it's patterned on the middle as well. Goes on like that. Of course, it's sticking to my fingers. But I need it to not. Hmm. That's gonna have to sit. Whew. I mean, once that chest plate goes on and the nip horns and the other pieces, like that's it. That's Magnus, like sub-assembled. Got some weirdness to deal with on a wing. Probably do that off camera, but everything else, I think next week we're going to be able to start base coating things. I'm looking forward to this hair on Magnus's head. There's also a piece of arm bracer armor that I don't know where this went, where it goes. Imagine it goes on, well, probably an arm. There's a ton of pieces that aren't used yet, so we'll wait until we get to the whole instructions. Might be shoulder armor. Could be that. Okay. Leg! No, no! You were supposed to stick. Why did you not stick? I'll try something different. Here we go. Let those sit. And, oh, got this needs to set. But I think then we'll be able to do nip horns. Let's peek ahead in the instructions, shall we? My eyes are failing me. Usually I don't do this like straight. I'm doing other things. I'm taking a break. Oh, it's just a shoulder pad and an arm piece on that arm. And we attach a head and a facing piece. Bang, and we're done. Cool. All right. Well, think let's get the basing piece put together, as well as shoulder pad to put on. We gotta give Magnus his cool guy rock. Hmm. Don't think I even need to glue that. Can just get glued to the base. Oh, this thing's gonna go so crazy. It'll be fine. There's still actually a lot of skin on Mags here, so it'll be fun. I'll have to not accidentally lean in on it like an Elden Ring theme by accident again. All right, I have to let this chest plate set for a long time now. So I think we're going to call it here. There may be some steps I take off camera because I want to get to base coating next time. So until next Monday, thank you all for joining me. Um, remember to like and subscribe. Yep. Follow and subscribe for more of this every Monday. I check analytics so I know it does well, it doesn't, but like really I'm doing what I want. Uh yeah. I look forward to doing some zany stuff with paint. I look forward to the basing part of the entertainment as well. That I think is gonna be a lot of fun. My goal is to make a good looking model. All right. You guys have a lovely evening. And thank you for joining me. Bye.